kailangan lang madaldal ka, ma-PR ka. Pero that doesn't take into account natutuwa ba yung kausap mo sa'yo. Pwedeng maingay ka lang. So, topic for today is something na most freelancers overlook. Actually, not just freelancers, but a lot of people in various industries, which is developing social skills.
Ay, pinakamahirap sa akin yan. As a very, very introverted person.
Like, yeah, even for extroverts, it's hard because it's different. It's a different kind of social skill when it comes to freelancing. Eh. So before we proceed to like the other, the things that it entails, at least we must define it first for ourselves. For you, what is social skills?
Something I don't have. Something I wish I have more of. Social skills, I think it's the skill to be able to communicate properly with other people. It's a very general definition, but I guess in terms of freelancing, I think it's the same. Being able to communicate to your clients properly, potential clients, or co-freelancers.
The way I would define social skills would be the ability to communicate what you want and what you need from clients, as well as get information from them about their own wants and their own needs from you. An exchange of requirements.
So very, very functional definition.
Yeah, at least in the context of freelancing. I feel like a lot of people kasi misunderstand social skills na kailangan lang madaldal ka, ma-PR ka. That's it. No. For me, it needs to be functional. In its most basic form, it's the ability to communicate with a person and get what you want. And it goes both ways. If your social skills are a bit lacking and then hindi mo makukuha yung gusto mo at hindi rin makukuha ng client yung gusto niya. Right? And
That's
it
true.
starts from the very first interaction. In a social situation, let's say a gathering, social gathering. Yun nga, akala ng lahat na hindi, kailangan machika ka, kailangan maboka ka, and that's social skill. In a way, yes. Kasi kung maboka ka, you probably know how to start a conversation. Pero that doesn't take into account natutuwa ba yung kausap mo sa'yo. Hindi, totoo lang. Right?
That's true.
Pwedeng maingay ka lang. Pwedeng madaldal ka lang, pero wala naman natutuwa sa'yo. Right?
Actually, may point ka.
I know a lot of extroverts that are annoying. Diba? Kasi ingay. They don't know how to read the room. They're overbearing. Sometimes they sell to everyone, even if they're not supposed to sell something. Social skills, kasama dyan yung knowing when to actually
Sell
sell
yourself, yeah.
and when to step back. It's the number one thing that will get you clients. Hands down. It's not your skill. It's not your looks. Although
It helps.
It helps. It's not your credentials. It's not even your portfolio.
Kasi when they see you for the first time, it's not like it's displayed on you na this is what I did, this is what I can do, diba? They just see you as is. Ikaw lang yun.
Exactly.
Diba?
And this is whether online or physical. Before you get to the point that mapapakita mo yung portfolio mo at masasend mo yung link ng YouTube channel mo or whatever portfolio platform you have to talk to the person.
Sadly. What I try to do is figure out what part of the person or what aspect of the person I'm trying to converse with. Anong part nilang genuinely interested ako. Kasi I feel like when you talk to people, you can tell na totoong interest ba yung pinapakita niya or pini-PR lang ako nito. Kasi if you've experienced that, you've gone to events and then people would come up to you and talk to you, right? You can kind of tell na
Sinisales to ka lang.
Sinisales talk lang ako nito. Yung parang tipong nilapitan ka lang sa mall, inalok ka ng something. You can tell agad na, this person wants something from me.
Yes.
Right? So, I try not to do that. Kasi obviously, I myself don't like that. And I can tell from a mile away na this person just wants something from me.
So to also clarify ba, kasi sabihin na iba, sabi mo, parang you go to a person kasi may kailangan ka, that's social skills. No, that's the intent, but the manner by which you do it, yun yung skill. Like, kasi sabi mo kanina, di ba? When people come up to you sa mall, binebentahan ka, most of the time, they lack social skills. Why? Kasi you immediately feel, kailangan ako nito, kailangan bentahan ng credit card nito, or whatever. The best salespeople, you won't even notice that you're being sold to. And that's why it's important. The social skills are the difference between getting a client and getting a client annoyed. Well, aside from social skills being the way by which you can get initial clients, it's also a way to develop long-term relationships with clients, which you want.
Yeah, kasi imagine if you got the client already, but you don't know how to communicate with them, and then eventually magugulo yung project ninyo just because you don't know how to communicate properly. Kumbaga, nasa iyo na yung client, pwedeng mawala pa. Or pwedeng hindi na umulit sa'yo.
Yes.
Kasi magulo kang kausap. Simply because magulo kang kausap. Sometimes it has nothing to do even with the technical skill that you have. Pwedeng ang ganda ng project, ganda ng outcome. Pero the client will drop you. Why? Because magulo ka.
Yes. Hindi ka okay kausap. Wala kang social skills. There's this project I did couple of years ago. Dalawa kami, yung isa photographer, ako yung gumawa ng video. The photographer was really overbearing. He's good, pero you can feel na during the shoot, everybody was like, sana umalis na to.
Parang kilala ko yan.
Diba? Sana umalis na to, ang gulo. And true enough, to your point, hindi na siya nakaulit dun sa client. And maganda yung shots, ha? Okay yung shots. But again, wala yung social skills eh. And dun yun, hindi lang yan dun sa initial meeting with the client. Parang ligawan yan eh, parang dating eh. Hindi
Red
lang best,
flag.
diba? Best foot forward, tapos during the relationship, sablay na.
Wala na.
Same thing. It's social skills with clients. It's the same thing. It's something na you have to nurture with the client. It's something that you constantly have to
work on
and implement. Kasi yun nga, you're not after just a one-off project with clients. The idea is if you're a freelancer, you get clients, you get them for life. The question now is, how do we really develop social skills? Contrary to popular belief, hindi lahat ng nagpa-podcast may social skills.
Like me.
Like, hindi naman, it doesn't mean that we can converse on camera.
And with each other.
Automatic yun na may social skills.
Nagkataon lang magkapatid ka.
Yeah. So it's easier.
Yeah.
But I did develop consciously and intentionally my social skills. For me, it was more of exposure therapy. I guess that's the best, at least for me, the best way that I was able to develop my social skills. Because working as a journalist,
baka maguluhan sila, you were a journalist before you became a freelancer.
Yes. I had no choice, but how do I approach complete total strangers as a reporter and ask them questions na most of the time ayaw nilang ibigay and then report that to the public. In my previous job as a corporate communications manager, I had to do pitches. I had to present ideas. All those things, unti-unti, nawala yung worry about what other people might think. That's the number one thing with social anxiety. It's you're afraid what they might think of you. That is what paralyzes a lot of people. That's why it's hard to go up to a person. It's why it's hard to go up to a prospective client and introduce yourself.
Like in my case, I have social anxiety. I still do. But I guess I get good at controlling it and hiding it and just realizing that if I want to get clients, I have to put myself out there. If I want to do a good job, for example, one of my jobs or one of my clients now need me to create TikTok content where I had to literally go up to strangers, which is my worst nightmare. Because I can't even kumbaga, converse properly with acquaintances eh. Imagine me with strangers, diba? So I had to walk up to strangers, ask them random questions that they probably don't want to answer as well. So being exposed to that repeatedly and just basically accepting that it's part of my job and that the only way that I can grow and learn is if I do it, right? Because there's no other way. There's really no other way but to go through it, to overcome it by doing it. Diba? Like you can't get rid of social anxiety by hiding forever inside the house. But even if I could never get rid of completely my social anxiety, I can confidently say that I have gotten better at handling it. I still struggle with starting a conversation, strangers or people I know. There's always that fear na, what do I say next? Actually, for me, yun yung struggle ko with social anxiety. And not afraid of naman that they're gonna judge me, but more like, my brain literally freezes and I don't know what to say next.
Because
Diba?
we always think that we should say something.
Yeah. Because diba, how do you keep a conversation going if you don't talk, right?
Yeah. The next one is somehow related to the first one in how you could improve your social skills. Just don't give an F what other people might think. Because, you know, for example, you're in a networking event, let's say. Kinakabahan kang lapitan yung isang tao, pero tingin mo, possible client siya. Pero, yung nag-iisip ka, kung ano sasabihin, diba? What's the worst thing that could happen?
That you won't get a client.
You won't get the client. Which you didn't have anyway.
That's true.
Diba? So
you have nothing to lose.
You literally have nothing to lose. And that person is a stranger. Let's say, ang tingin niya sa'yo, sino naman to? After that night, they won't bother to research who you are.
Yeah.
They won't try, sino ba yung nakausap kong di ko naman gusto? Pero i-research ko.
That's true.
That doesn't happen. Imagine in your own situations, right? When someone annoys you, like a stranger, let's say sa mall, may salesperson na nakakainis. Do you bother remembering them? Or trying to remember them?
No. I don't remember any scenario where I went back. Like,
Ano nga bang pangalan mo? Diba?
let me add you on Instagram.
So sobrang hindi ako natuwa sa'yo. Anong pangalan mo? Diba? It doesn't happen. And going into a conversation with that mindset alleviates a lot of the pressure na ano ba yung isipin niya? Ano naman ko isipin niya? Kung hindi naging maganda yung conversation, di kanya nagustuhan for whatever reason, they won't remember you. So you're off the hook. But if the reverse happens,
then you get a potential client.
That's a potential client. I'm not saying it's easy. A lot of times it's still hard, even for me, even though I've been doing it for years now. There's still people na intimidating. There are still people na somehow you feel, a little bit hesitant to come up to. But whenever I feel that, I just remember I shouldn't give a flying F about this. Whatever they would think or they would feel, unless na lang na iti-threaten mo sila physically, then, di ba?
Usapan na yung pag may masama kang balak.
Oo, pag may masama kang balak. But, just talking to a person, what's the worst that could happen? And finally, one thing that really, really helped me develop my social skill is to actually study and observe others do it. Those who are good at it, it seems natural for them. Or let's say, merong kumausap sa'yo na parang you feel at ease. You feel, ang smooth talker naman ito. Ang galing naman ito mapag-usap. Observe them. And try to see how they do it.
Yeah, I have the same experience. When I got my first corporate client, because I've never experienced employment before. I've never been in a corporate setting. I've never attended a corporate meeting. I don't know how it goes. So when I first attended the corporate meeting, all I did was observe. Diba? How they address each other, how they talk, when it's right to give your opinion, when it's time to just, listen, and when they want to hear your opinion, how you're supposed to talk to them, to address them. And then there's other time naman na I went to my first shoot. Again, I don't know anything about that world, right? So I was given the opportunity to work with other freelancers, which I've never experienced before because usually I work on my own as a social media manager. So I observed how it goes, what happens during the shoot, like how they talk to each other again. So parang a lot of observation, especially for someone like me who's very anxious and very introverted. You can learn a lot just by observing them. And, that's how you start. You observe, you see how they do it, and then you try to do it. And then from then, you keep repeating it. It's just a lot of repetition and practice until it becomes natural. It doesn't become easier, but you get better at handling it. Like, take it from me. Again, I keep repeating I have social anxiety. I won't say I have really good social skills, but I've improved. So just from that, it means it's possible.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, again, you don't have a choice. If you really want to succeed and progress as a freelancer, I don't know any freelancer who has gotten relative amounts of success without developing their social skills. But ang dami na nagsimula na hindi naman talaga developed in social skills nila.
Nai-improve siya.
It is.
Yeah.
It can be improved and it should be improved. It's something that you should prioritize.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's all about practice. The more you do it, the better you get at it. That's the boring but hard truth. If you want to level up, if you want to progress in your freelancing career, this might be the one thing that you're neglecting. Kaya medyo hindi nagpo-progress.
Yeah, you might be great at
That's
your
what you
craft. Yeah, but maybe you're lacking a bit of social skills. Maybe this is just a little push you need to finally land those clients you want to get.
So, I hope this helps dun sa mga nag-iisip kung bakit they feel stuck kahit ang galing-galing naman nila. It might just be a bit of talking. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode and don't forget to like and subscribe to all our platforms and we'll see you again next episode.